Hi everyone, good to see you again. Sorry it's been a long time since I've done one of these sort of talky videos. Life's been super busy recently, not least because I had my grade 5 exam this week. So I've been trying to get ready for that as much as possible. But I thought while I'm waiting for the results, which is now, I do a video about some books that I bought recently. So I had a bit of a clear out in my apartment recently. Sold quite a few things on Vinted and eBay, and I thought, oh, what shall I do with the money? And I knew I had quite a few books to get for the grade 6 period, which is kind of starting now. So I thought I'd spend the money on a whole new set of books. I'm going to go through those books today. Here they are. Not too many of them, but a fair few. What I might do is put the links to them in the description of the video so you can kind of see, you can, if you want to, you can buy the exact same ones that I've bought. I've got a variety of different text editions. They're either Henley editions, Baron-Reiter editions, or what's the other one? Vienna text editions. Some people prefer certain companies' editions and some people prefer others. And they're all text, so they're all kind of as close to the original composer's copies as possible, but they all have different editors. So I've just done almost a random selection between those three companies. Cool, so let's get started. The first book is Liszt's Consolations. This is a Vienna, I don't know how to pronounce it, Vienna or Vienna text edition. Like with all the books that I've got, at the very least there's one grade 6 piece in all of them. Most of the rest of the book is above grade 6, so I hate the word, but most of the books are kind of investments for the future. The grade 6 piece I was going to look at in this one is the Consolation number 1. I think there's 5 consolations in here and they're all really beautiful pieces, so yeah, the rest of them will be for the future. The second one is a huge book, this, because there's so many of them. Chopin Mazurkas, or Mazurken as they are in German. And as you can see, this is a Henley text edition. There are so many grade 6 Mazurkas, and there's tons of grade 7 and grade 8s and beyond as well. I think there's, just counting, there's there's about 60 Mazurkas in here. All of the ones I've listened to so far are absolutely beautiful. I can't, off the top of my head, say which are the grade 6 ones, because there's about 10 or 15 that ABRSM have used for grade 6 over the years. But it's a huge book, it's really, really dense, so this should keep me going for an entire lifetime, like all of them really. So that's Chopin Mazurkas. More Chopin now. This is Chopin Preludes, and this is the Polish National Edition. Now I did do a bit of research on the Chopin Preludes, and there seemed to be some debate about, there was quite a few different versions of it that people recommended. I can't remember how or why I chose this one, but this is the one I chose in the end. Obviously there's a fair few preludes that I can look at grade 6. I've already looked at one, which was the, oh my God, what was it? Number 4. But there's number 6 and number 7 as well, which I can do at this grade. Like all the books here, it'll keep me going for a lifetime. Okay, I'll do the next two together because they're very similar. So these are Eric Satie books. 2 Henley editions. One are the Gymnopédies and the other one are the Gnossiennes. They're quite small books because I don't think there's many of each. 3 Gymnopédies, 6 Gnossiennes, and a few of those are grade 6 pieces. The next one is, it's not actually an text. I don't think it's an text anyway. But this is one of the only editions I could find. It's a Bergmüller book and it's Opus 109, and this is the Peters edition. As far as I know, these are the next set of etudes after the Opus 100 set. Now I haven't done loads of the Opus 100 set. I've done maybe 5 or 6 of them. I think it's just the same sort of etudes, but obviously at a higher difficulty. I've done Bergmüller pieces for a couple of exams now. I think I did one for grade 2 and did one for grade 3. Don't think I did any for grade 4. I definitely didn't for grade 5. Anyway, so there's always a Bergmüller piece for every occasion. Next, another slightly different one, a bit of a departure for me, but that's just because I love the films. This is Studio Ghibli's Best Stories by Joe Hisaishi. As far as I know, there's loads of Ghibli books out there, or Ghibli. Again, don't know how to pronounce that. But this is the only one that the composer has sort of authorized. It looks pretty tricky, actually. I think some of these pieces would probably be on the grade 8 syllabus if they were going to be put somewhere. And maybe they will be someday. I'm really looking forward to playing some of these because I love the films. And in fact, My girlfriend and I have recently booked tickets to the RSC's production of My Neighbour Totoro, which is going to be at the Barbican in London. And it's going to be the first live action, I think they did one in Japan of Spirited Away, but this is going to be the first live action version of a Studio Ghibli film in England. And I don't know if it's sold out already, but it's doing really well. So I thought I'd learn one of these pieces on the run up to going to see that production. But yeah, there's a lot in here. There's probably 13 pieces from a variety of his films. So check this one out, it looks really good. Next, we've got a Barenreiter book. This is Schubert's, again, pronunciation is going to be strange, but Moment Musico, I would guess is how you pronounce that. There's one or two grade 6 pieces in here. I think there's 6 pieces altogether, and some of them are extremely dense. And in fact, I think one of these is on the grade 8 syllabus for this current, or the new syllabus, the 2023 to 24 syllabus. But there's also one at grade 6 level, which is really beautiful, the third one. But this is the sort of book that's going to keep me going for a long time. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I've really started getting into Schubert recently, just in terms of what I'm listening to. So yeah, I'm really excited to crack on with a couple of these. Next, this will be very, very popular, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into these, but this is Chopin Nocturnes. I don't think this needs any explanation. As you can see by the red cover, this is the Vienna Urtext edition. I don't know why I settled on this. To be honest with you, I've got quite a few Henley books now, and I kind of get bored of that dull blue colour on the front, so I thought I'd get a nice red one. But apparently this one comes very highly recommended. The Nocturnes don't really need a lot of explanation. Some of the most beautiful piano pieces ever written. The reason I bought the book now is because one of the posthumous Nocturnes, I think it's the C minor one. Yeah, it is the Nocturne number 21. That one I think is at the current level, sort of for grade 6, and then obviously the others are grade 7 and above. So this will keep me going for years. What else have we got? Oh, and the last one. We're on the last one already. So I bought this one very, very recently because of seeing the new syllabus. But this is Oscar Peterson's Jazz Exercises, Minuets, Etudes, and Pieces for Piano. There's a jazz exercise on the current grade 6 syllabus, so I'll definitely be looking at that. I don't really do a lot of jazz. I mean, I've always done a jazz piece for my exam, but I don't really understand jazz at all. I'm just essentially playing it off the sheet music. There's no improvisation, there's nothing like that. So hopefully this sort of book will get me thinking along jazz lines rather than classical. But it's quite dense actually. There's a hell of a lot of pieces in here. You can see from the contents how many pieces there are. There's quite a lot to keep me busy. I love Oscar Peterson, listen to him a lot on Spotify, so this is going to be good fun. So that's all of the books. Let me show them again. There's a hell of a lot there. As I said, I'll leave the links to all of them in the description of this video below, so you can buy the exact same copies if you want to. I will let you know the results of my grade 5 when I get them, and I'll do a whole video talking about the exam, because the exam was as interesting as it always is. Cool, all right, see you soon.